Well, good afternoon, West Ham fans. Let's look at the David Moyes press conference ahead of the game tomorrow against Newcastle. Yes, everybody, it's Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com, boys. Hope you're all safe and well. Hope your Friday's going well. On a Friday, we tend to use the Hammers Headlines slot to look at the David Moyes press conference ahead of the game at the weekend, which is at 12:30 against Newcastle. Moyes, a shortish press conference, and a few things we'll pick up on, but we tend to provide a synopsis of what's been happening. So, in terms of the main takeaways, the first thing everyone wants to know is about team news. So let's just crack on. In terms of team news, we're pretty much fine, but we've got a couple of question marks over Naif and Lucas. They only returned recently, and we're just keeping an eye on them to see how they are. Maxi's back training. He's been back out there for a few days, so he'll certainly be in and around. I don't know if he's fully match fit quite yet, but he's getting there, and it's good to have him with us. So, in theory, we should be having a relatively fit, completely fit side. No mention at all in the press conference about anything around Kudus. So, the assumption, and you know what people say, assumptions, they make an ass out of you and me. But it could mean that he's okay as well. Paqueta, I'll be surprised if he's not. He'll be absolutely buzzing after he's had a great international break. Naif, a slight question mark on him. Would he be playing? Probably not. Maybe it'd be Zuma Mavropanos. But if Aguerd is available, and the lesser spotted Maxwell Cornet. Surprised me Lucas is, because Lucas was only in Spain and only played like the other day. So maybe he was given an extra couple of days off. I don't know. We're looking to stretch our sort of unbeaten run in the Premier League to 4 now. 4 games unbeaten. Mental. Asked about Newcastle, asked about tomorrow. He basically said, I think it's a really important game as they are all now. Obviously, we've got 10 to go. I think we have 9 to play. I think every game is going to be vital to pick up points, as many as we can. There are a few teams chasing in and around the European spots, and we're one of them. We've had more games in Newcastle, so I can only comment on ourselves. Has it impacted us? Yes, it has. I'm sure in some ways it's impacted Newcastle as well. Obviously, the chase for Europe is on, with us and several other sides chasing for that elusive 6th and maybe 7th spot. Maybe we'll see. And asked about Europe specifically, he said it's been unbelievable for us to get it if for us to get 4 years in a row. We've only had 3, but don't worry, David. He wants us to get 4. I get him. I get what he means. I think it's difficult in level of competition so far each year, and we're trying to be up and around the top. Well, bloody well hope so, to be honest, mate. That's a perfectly fair job. We see the quality of the 2, 3, 4 teams are so good. They're regularly getting to the finals, latter stages of the Champions League, getting to the finals. So I think winning around them, just below that, is good. We'd like to challenge, but we're at the moment happy where we are. I think there's a desire to move, to get up in those upper echelons. But I think at the moment, I think 6th, 7th is probably where we're at the moment. So yeah, I don't think it's too shabby. Alonso. He actually spoke about Xabi Alonso. Asked about the Leverkusen job. I didn't include it, but he was asked about the fact that he looks like he's staying at Leverkusen, and he was very complimentary about him, as you could imagine, saying that he's known him well. I think he'd spent some time with him at. He knew him a little bit of his playing days because of the Real Sociedad connection, but he didn't know him too well. He knows he's done a good job, and he's got a fantastic chance of winning the German league there. So yeah, it does seem that he's going to be probably hanging on to the Leverkusen job for a little bit more before maybe eventually going to Liverpool potentially. It's always that one after. It's like the one after Sir Alex was obviously David Moyes, and it sort of fell on its arse. And when Arsene Wenger left, it was Unai Emery, and that fell on its arse. And it's the second one afterwards is the one that tends to do better. Asked about Antonio back in the goals and what he brings to the game. He was saying, I think Antonio has given us another dimension. It's the one we've had in the past, and we've got to remember that he's been out since November. Our results have been good. We've had some good periods with and without Mick. He scored a really, really good goal for us the other week against Villa. It's his goals we need him. I think to be a team at the top, you have to have regular goal scorers and getting goals getting scored. Jarrod Bowen has had a great number of goals this year, and he's done brilliantly recently. So we need Mick to get up amongst those numbers and score goals regularly for us. Totally agree. Asked about Soufal's crossing. First of all, I have to say we are talking about a fantastic boy and a great lad in Vladimir Soufal. A guy who's really pissed off at the moment, so I'm not surprised he's trying to big him up, really. When you consider what we paid to bring him in, the way he plays, his loyalty, the way he conducts himself as a West Ham player, it's superb. It really is. He's contributing in other factors like his assists for goals. He continually works hard. He pushes himself to try and improve himself. And if we can get another 4 or 5 assists by the end of the season, it'll be fabulous. He's been a very good fullback. Your modern day fullbacks have been asked to do different jobs. Some are playing in midfield, some are building play, some are putting crosses in, and Vladdy is putting crosses in for us, and that's the type he is. And that was it from the Moyes press conference. In all honesty, there wasn't much more, to be honest, in terms of anything particularly interesting. Spoke about the fans and how, we're traveling to Newcastle. Newcastle have a good set of fans, but so do we. That type of thing. We had a quick look at the Eddie Howe press conference because, again, that was quite interesting. And he was basically talking about some of the players that were likely to be out. He talked about Sven Botman, who's obviously having surgery on his knee. Kieran Trippier, Harvey Barnes, Timo Livramento. They could all return to the squad. However, Newcastle was seeking a specialist opinion on Lewis Millie, who went on international duty and came back injured. So that's sort of, you got Sven Botman, you got Joel Linton, Nick Pope, potentially. Maybe, I mean, Kira is potentially back, so is Harvey. Maybe Timo's not, or one of. I don't think all 3 will be back. They might be. You never know. But they've got a few injury crises at the moment. It doesn't seem like that's the case at West Ham at the moment, thankfully, with late fitness tests needed on Aguerd and Paqueta, really, but it seems everyone else is all right. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Don't forget to check out leesupmotherbrand.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions. Also, don't forget to check out the Dean Ashton interview we had on early on this week. I keep plugging it because it's fucking excellent. Also, tonight we should have Irish Tommy doing a show, so keep an eye on that and the channel, all that good stuff. I had a rant this afternoon about the season ticket prices and things like that, and then we had a little quiz. And then we had Dean Ashton this morning talking about how we would hate to play Moyes ball. Anyway, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, come on you bloody irons. Oi!